The facts of the matter are is that, there have been movements in this country going back to the turn of the century that have been trying to get people full inclusion. How do we create a community where everybody's full potential is utilized, everybody's full abilities are recognized, and that we don't have invisible people or people that can't participate in our financial systems and structures? Why Prosperity Now exists is to actually break the chains on the system that it actually can work for everybody.
Our networks are a massive force. I would say even a force to be reckoned with, particularly when we come together. We connect with members of our community in a way I don't know that any other nonprofit does.
There are about 10,000 people in each of our 4 networks, and we make sure that we are getting to know people on a more personal level. Our networks host working groups where our partners are joining in order to solve a problem, to scale a solution, to develop a policy agenda, and share that with the rest of our networks.
Baby bonds are a significant investment into a kid's future upon birth. We have to start with the context that we have a massive and growing racial wealth gap. Black and Latina families have 13 and 19 cents respectively to every white dollar right now. And one potential way for us to fix that is to provide a significant fund amount of money for kids so that upon their 18th birthday or maybe later, they're able to use that money for wealth building opportunities.
In school, I studied financial planning and kind of quickly saw that most classes focused on wealth building for folks that already had money. So I've been really excited to look through that lens to think how I can help folks who grew up like me and folks in the communities that I grew up in where they didn't always have enough to get to a place where they can have a little safety net or a little bit extra and then leverage that little bit extra to try to build something new.
Housing is a key component to closing the racial wealth gap. People have been conditioned to blame themselves or other individuals, like people who are homeless, people who are on housing subsidies. Themselves, when they're the victims of a disaster, somehow they have gone awry, not that the system is broken. And the data that Prosperity Now and that we collect dispel those myths, dispel those hateful, problematic myths, so people understand that the game is rigged.
There are a lot of low-income filers, and especially in our rural counties where people will drive an hour to get their taxes done for free because the need is there. And the reality is, we have formed trust relationships with the community.
What we're trying to do is to build a movement of people. It takes a number of different approaches. The multifaceted nature of our networks is partly due to the fact that we have to meet people where they're at and meet their interests where they're at for them to see how their network is connected to the greater work that we're doing. So the work we do with these networks is critical for us because it's a feedback loop. We feed them and they feed us. It is a co-creation. It is symbiotic. It is we're working together to create a world that works equally well for everyone.